Welcome back, everybody. Mark from Rams Up here, your Los Angeles Rams podcast. This drop, I'm going to talk about one thing and one thing only. Who will be our starting quarterback against the Cardinals Week 10 at SoFi Stadium? Now, let's presume Matthew Stafford can't go, and he probably shouldn't. Rams kind of playing it close to the vest, but I think it's going to be John Wolford or Bryce Perkins. Now, you all know, if you've been following my podcast, that in the preseason, I favored John Wolford over Bryce Perkins. I felt Wolford was the guy who can run this offense the way it's supposed to be run, stay on schedule, keep guys like Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee involved, even if they're the first, second, or third read. I didn't have a lot of faith that Perkins could do that. Now, we're in Week 10. The Rams' offense has really sputtered, putting it mildly. And how have pocket passers across the league done this year? Well, look at guys like Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, even Aaron Rodgers, who extends plays but really isn't as mobile or doesn't use his legs as much as he used to. And Russell Wilson, the current version of Russell Wilson, not that good. And I think that's part of the Rams' problem, is having a pocket passer with little mobility and a struggling offensive line. The results have not been good. They certainly can't rely on their running game either. But let's look at some of these guys that do use their legs. What kind of years are they having? Justin Fields, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith tearing it up, Lamar Jackson. Do we need to mention Lamar Jackson? Of course we do. And even Daniel Jones. And my special assistant threw his name out there as a guy we should include. And I was like, I've seen Daniel Jones hit the highlight reel with runs on occasion. But is he really? Well, his stats this year: 64 rushes for 363 yards and 3 TDs. He does use his legs, and he's extremely fast. So what do the Rams do? Now, I fully admit that I had always been in John Wolford's camp, but how about Bryce Perkins and Kyren Williams getting the start? What would that offense look like? How would the Cardinals defend that? How would they defend a Bryce Perkins, Kyren Williams read option? Now, does McVay have that in him? He has shown that he doesn't really get outside his 11 personnel box that often and get super creative. I mean, he's a very smart offensive coordinator, obviously, but can he develop that in 1 week? And maybe they've been doing it with Perkins all along. Would he have Perkins jump over Wolford on the depth chart after Wolford's been waiting all this time, seemingly ready to go? I don't know. I think the answer is Sean McVay's going to start John Wolford, but I'm starting to think maybe we should see Perkins and Williams out there and see what happens. So maybe Wolford gets a start, and if it's more of the same, we go to Perkins. But right now, I would love to see Bryce Perkins and Kyren Williams as our starting backfield there, quarterback and running back. Now, John Wolford, he's mobile too, and he can extend plays, but I don't think you can run a read option with John Wolford. You certainly can with Bryce Perkins. That might be the avenue for success for the Rams on this Sunday without Matthew Stafford. So going out on a limb here, not making any predictions. Well, I will make a prediction. John Wolford will get the start. But I'm in camp Bryce Perkins on this one. And if we get to halftime and we're leading 6-3 and it's just been more of the same, let's get Bryce Perkins out there. So that's where I'm coming down on this one. Feel free to share in the comments how you guys feel about it. Still think Wolford on a normal Sunday with a normal offensive line and this offense functioning normally, Wolford's the guy. But the times have changed. It might be time to roll. Might be time to let Bryce Perkins cook. That's all I got out here.